Hello everyone and welcome to a short demonstration of the SharewareZ platform. Once you have your system set up, you should be presented with the logon screen. Of course, my system already has a library. When you first install it, you as an administrator will be able to go to dashboard. This button is only visible to administrators. First step is going to your library manager. Here you can use the browse folders. This will be the path that you configured in your settings that you can pick up from here. And let's go to a games folder and click on Start On-Demand Scan. This will start the automatic scan process that adds the games to your database. You can see a little flash message to say that it has started. We can see the process is running here. And if we wait a little bit, it has completed and it has found several games. Several were duplicates, and that's why they were not added. In this case, there might be other reasons why they're not added, but anyway, this is the main library view. This will give you all the filters you want to find your little hidden gems in your collection. Yeah, so maybe there's some games you don't know about that have a very high rating that are within the genre that you like. Maybe you like some kind of survival RPG with a high rating. Oh, I have none of that. Maybe it's a little bit, the filter is too high. Oh, look, what is Neo Scavenger? Oh, that could be a cool game for me. You can see here a little pop-up slideshow with screenshots. This is all automatically generated, of course. Indexed from the IGDB database. This is the game details screen that the user can be presented with. If there's too much text, you will have this little read more button. You can see here the download now button. If the game is only a single file, it will be presented as a single download. If it is a folder with multiple files, then the download will generate a zip file. As we can see here, it's being processed. Now it's finished, and you will have your downloads there in your bucket, basically, or basket. Everything is click through, so you can drill down into, oh, I like this theme. What are other fantasy games in the library? If you have a large library, of course, you can just all watch and view it on one page. If that's what you like, it should just work. It all loads very rapidly, depending, of course, a little bit on the backend you're using. Okay, here is the administrator dashboard. You can manually add users. That's especially handy if you do not have an email system set up, because if you do not configure an SMTP server, the system cannot send emails, so then users cannot register to receive their registration link. Users cannot send invites to others based on email. So then the administrator will have to create users manually. Here you just have a simple form to add a new user. There is an invite system. The administrator can distribute, say, grant invites to the pirates on the platform. Give them a couple of invites, however many you like, and then the users themselves can go to their invite panel, where they can enter the email of a user they want to invite, send the email, or they can, after sending it, also just copy the invite URL and send it via a text message or something similar. The server settings panel, I'm not going to show you. No, server settings, we can show the, that is just some user preferences. Server info, I'm not going to show because it includes some keys. As an administrator, you have overview of all the downloads that other users have queued in their system. And if you want, you can clear them in case you need to clean up some files. Of course, it will only clean up the zips, not files that were linked to directly because they were just a single ISO or exe file, for instance. But everything in the zip path will be cleaned up. You can whitelist users so they're allowed to register on the server. You can edit some of your users. I'm not going to click here. It will show a list of the users with email addresses. Same for the newsletter page. This API debugger, if you want to play around with the IGDB API, it's a lot of fun. It's got a ton of data. You can play around with it there. What else can we show you? There's, of course, the little hamburger menu. This allows you to, for instance, re-identify a game if a match was made incorrectly. Let's see if we can find something that maybe like alien shooter. This might be an incorrect match. You never know. Seems kind of a generic name. No, it's actually called alien shooter. Okay, that's the right one. Let's find something that might be an incorrect match. It doesn't happen very often, and I've also cleaned up the database already a little bit. Okay, this seems to think it's some kind of Sega Genesis game. That can't be right. I only indexed PC games. It should be Bookworm Adventures 2. Maybe there are multiple ones in the database. No, it can only find that one. No, it's probably this one, Volume 2. There you go. So you see how you can dynamically get a list of the games based on which ones are in the database. Rematch it. Now we are satisfied. We click on save. Game update, triggering image update. So now if you go there, it will have downloaded the new images. You can search. There's not a search box. You can just start typing. As you can see, there's a ton of games with the word alien in it. It'll take you straight to the details page. The details page, of course, comes with a nice image viewer. Let's take a game with some higher resolution images to show you that. There we go. A simple image viewer for the screenshots, and down here you can see any videos that have been found. Sometimes there will be multiple, sometimes there will be none. It depends on what is in the database. Recently added these web links, so not all games have these, but when they're found, you will have some links here to a Steam page, Wiki, Facebook, Discord, whatever. There's an NFO viewer. That means if the directory also contained an NFO file, you will be able to view it here. The layout is not optimized yet, but we will get this version 1.1. Please bear with us while we quickly roll out new features almost on a daily basis. This is the simple pop menu as you saw earlier in the main screen. It also allows you to edit the images for a game in case you want to change the cover image, add screenshots, etc. You can remove the game from the database or delete it from disk. Suppose you have a huge library and you're starting to sort around it and find games that you really don't want to keep. You can use this interface to delete them from your server. There's also always a direct link to the IGDB entry, of course. Respect to the IGDB. Thank you very much for making a beautiful database with an API. What else can I show you? Users have a profile page where they can edit their profile. Perhaps they want to change their avatar. And they can change their password. This does require that you have SMTP configured. There's not a lot yet on the help page, but there is some basic information there for users and also for administrators, how to get your database set up initially. The basic thing is your library manager. This is where you will be working from as an administrator, adding different folders where you have games, scanning them, getting them added to your library, and working with the unmatched folder screen. This has a lot of unmatched because I play around a lot to get specifically unmatched things. Here you can click on identify and then maybe change something in the name. Hit enter or click on search IGDB, and usually you will be able to find the entry that you need, a save, and then it will be removed from the unmatched folders and end up in your library. I have a very high success rate with identifying games usually. Of course, it depends on your folder names. It does try to automatically clean up your folder names and it doesn't rename them, but when it's reading them, It tries to clean up the name before it tries to identify the game